good, everybody? Welcome back. Homeroom. Cracking the blue moon over here. This episode is sponsored in part by Blue Moon. It's actually my first beer in 2 weeks. It's pretty good right now. So cheers to everybody out there. Cheers to everybody being safe. Thanks for joining us again, once again. Back, guys. For some reason I'm having a little difficulty getting the pop-out chat up and running so I can kind of see everybody's messages coming in. I'm only seeing 2 lines right now. Try to close this and see. How you guys doing out there, by the way? How's everybody holding up? So, I'm sorry, we're not able to get the pop-out chat going for some reason. So I'm having trouble reading everybody's messages, but I see that there's a good amount of people in here, so thank you guys for joining us on a Saturday afternoon. Nice sunny day outside. Fortunately, the air is ripe with COVID-19, coronavirus. Great. All right, so for today, we're going to start in usual Beat Junkie iOS Institute of Sound style with just a casual scratch warm-up. And the Beat Junkies are in the chat. Shout out to the crew. There should have been a Dropbox link that was sent in the chat. So can you guys ship me some thumbs up in the chat if you guys have already had that file? It's actually a file off of our Beat Junkie iOS training wax, our second edition. And it's just a skipless loop scratch kit with a few sounds on it. And we're going to be working with that today. So, everybody got that? We still need a few minutes, get that all downloaded. It's just one file, MP3, so take that. Grab that link. Beat Junkies, if we could get that one more time in the chat for all the DJs in here. And we can get started in just a sec. Oh, also, friendly reminder. So to scratch together, to scratch along with me, you're just going to need one of these cables. It's just an 1/8 inch to RCA, and you're going to take, again, the 1/8 inch into the cable, plug that into the output in your laptop, and then plug the RCAs into an open line of your choice, either the left deck or the right deck. And then just kind of, you'll probably need to adjust your volumes. Turn your volume on your laptop up to the max, and then kind of adjust your volumes as best you can. So for me, for example, I'm going to be scratching on the right turntable, so I'm going to take the 1/8 inch, plug that into my laptop, then I would plug the RCA into the cable, into the line on my left deck, so the YouTube would be playing on the left, and I would be scratching along on the right deck. So it's a little reminder for everybody out there. If you're new to Homeroom, go ahead and get that hooked up. Or if you've got a nice computer speaker, external, that you can plug in, that'd probably work pretty nicely too. So just so you can bump a little and kind of feel and hear what's coming through the speakers. All right. How's everybody looking on that Dropbox link? Everybody got it? Some thumbs up. Throw me some emojis. Throw me a 1. Throw me a 1 ball in the chat. You guys all got that? We'll get it cracking. Yeah. Shout out to everybody. Back in here, see a lot of students. See a lot of DJs. Mamba. Chalk, what up? Copious. Dudiac. How you doing, brother? Marcus Spina. Yes, back again. I am Shakes. Mariano, Teach One. Wasabi, JC. I'm seeing all these names come through the chat. Mahi Mahi. Unique Lovin'. Marty Mara. Babu. My man. Vatos Locos. Yes, Repmatic. The Sarge, the big dog himself. That kid named MC Scratch. Beltron. True Music Lighting. All right. Jason Voorhees. Too Faded 24/7 back again. Daniel Alexander. All right. All right, guys. So everybody go ahead and load up that tool. And again, let's see if I have it loaded up here. I'm going to switch to my Serato screen real quick. Okay. Let's see. Get the beat right. Boom. Okay. So you guys should all have this tool right here, and it's just again a skipless loop, and it sounds like this. Yeah. 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 So about six sounds on this kit. So if you, I believe it should be marked on the head note, which is this. But go ahead and mark the fresh also. Go ahead and put a cue point on the fresh sound. And that's this. go ahead and put a cue point there, and we'll warm up with the fresh. And so for scratch warm-ups, we're just gonna run through all of our foundation scratches. So baby, stab, tear, chirp, maybe some light transforming, and a small handful of other scratches. Personally, when I teach class at BJ iOS, when we're starting off, I like to start off with faderless scratches. So just more focusing and putting emphasis on our hand control just to get us warmed up, and then we'll jump into some cuts with the fader. So without any further ado, let's get into it and take another sip real quick. All right, Homeroom, episode 2. Welcome back, welcome back. Let's do it. Shout out to Toadstyle. This is one of his beats right here. I love this beat. All right, so we're gonna go 2 bars. So again, I'm gonna scratch for 2 bars. And for this first drill, you guys are gonna answer me as best you can, emulating the scratch that I just put out there for you guys. So as best you can, just try and copy what I do. So again, 2 bars is 8 beats, and that's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Your 8. And back to me for 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Back to you. All right. All right, here we go. Homeroom, brought to you by Beat Junkie iOS. The Beat Junkie sound goes like this: 5, 6, 7, 8. You. Right here. My bad, I said faderless. Faderless, no fader. Baby scratch. Wind it up. Low to high. One more time. Let's do some releases, no fader. Again. Let's pick it up. Keep your strokes consistent. 12 to about 2 o'clock, snap it right back. Let's run that one more time. Okay, change up the timing a little. Again. Here we go. So releases, quick releases, real short and tight, 12 to about 12:30. Try not to lift your hand too high off the record. Keep it close, half an inch. release with fader. Eight times. Just warming up. 8 times. 8 ball, corner pocket. Simple. You guys should do this with your eyes closed. Alright, let's pick up the frequency a little bit. That's 12, 6 and 6. My bad. 14, 7 and 7. It's 14. One more time. Open the fader about a quarter of the way, no more than half. All right, here we go. Changing up the meter a little bit. Last time. All right, let's push it all the way through. Continuous now. Again, nice, tight, short releases. 12 to 12:30. I think it's 16. Hit that again. One more time. All right, let's work at some stabs. Let's go. Simple. Again, just warming it up. Change it up. Picking it up just a little bit. That's 9 and 9. Yeah. 18 syllables, 2 sets of 9. Like this. Couple more. Last time. Okay, same thing. Push it, continuous all the way through. Keep it up. Still with me? Last time. some chirps. Chirps. Again, hand stays on the record. Don't open the fader more than a quarter of the way. Nice and tight. Quarter of the way is nice if you can. No more than half. Change it up. Chirps, 2 releases. Easy. Okay, now let's increase our chirps, the frequency a little bit. It's going to sound like this. Still keeping those 2 releases at the end of each chirp sequence. One more time. Come on now. Last one, then we'll change that. Okay, let's add 3 releases at the end. 3. Sounds like this. Again. Keep rocking. Okay, chirps and stabs. Try it again. It's 4 stabs at the end. Same chirp. Last time. Here's some fades. Baby fades. Bar and a bar. One more time. A little faster now. Check it out. Here we go. Again. Okay, let's try some release fades. 1 release. 2 up, 2 back. Simple. Almost effortless. Two and two. 2 and 2. Okay, let's go 3 and 3. Three up, 3 back. Control that drag on the way back to get all the sounds. One more set, 3 and 3. All right, and stop. All right, that was good. That was good. That was a nice warm up. Again, just that's the way we like to do it over at the Beat Junkie Institute of Sound. Just kind of start off with a review of our rudimentary, we call them the foundation scratch techniques. Always helpful, just as a nice warm up exercise before we dive into the next step. So for the next one, unless anybody has any questions, pretty straightforward stuff there. Nothing too bananas. All those scratches are pretty much decipherable by the ear. So pretty straightforward stuff. Once again, you should be able to figure those out. There we go. That's more like it. I can see the chat. Celos, what up, Celos? Holding us down 24/7. Marty Mar, Unique 11. Vatos Locos. Preferred DJs. JNC 3001. Yes, thank you. Thank you for that, JNC. Yes, please. If you enjoy what you're seeing and hearing, you're liking these classes that we're hosting, please make sure you're hitting that like button, subscribe, hit that notifications bell so you can be in the know about when we fire these up. Before we get into the next one real quick, so it's looking like we're going to do another week of these homeroom episodes, and everyone's pretty much jumping in the mix. Retmatic, Babu, D Styles, Mr. Chalk, J-Rock's going to be jumping in. Hearing that maybe a Shortcut might be jumping on board as well. So a variety of lessons for you guys. Daily City in the house. Peace to Daily City. The Tomcat, what's up? B, what's up, B? Cordol. Met4com? I'm sorry, I butchered that. Met4com. Yeah, no doubt. Thank you for that. All right. All right, guys, so the next thing I want to talk about, and I kind of touched on this in the last episode I did. People refer to it as a variety of things, but I like to think of it in terms of what we call inflection. And inflection meaning that the same way that we exercise inflection in our voice, depending on our mood or the point we're trying to get across, or if we're having a casual conversation kind of like we are now. I'm using a very calm kind of, normal everyday voice, versus if you're really trying to drive something home, you might raise your voice a little bit, you might change the tone in your voice, to get people's attention. It's the same thing with scratching, and the inflection comes from our hand control and the amount of pressure or the variance that we use in our hand stroke. So we can kind of create different voices, and using the same sound, the same voice, if we have our fresh sound, for example, right? By using inflection, we can change the tone of the sound. Kind of gives us a wider range of sound when we're scratching. So, like for example, a baby scratch, right? If we're talking about 12 to 2 o'clock, right? For example, I'm just, very casual voice, right? But if I was to do that a little more aggressively, we would get kind of a different inflection, a different pitch or sound from that. And all I'm really doing there is increasing the frequency and repetition. Same distance, 12 to 2, right? But if I were to lower my voice or the inflection, lower the frequency, you can hear the difference, right? The cool thing about this is that we can apply this not only to something as simple as the baby scratch, but all of our other foundation scratches to start. And again, this is kind of going to give you, as a DJ, a wider range of vocabulary when you're scratching. So something really powerful and cool to have in your arsenal. So let's get a beat going here. It's a cool beat. Let's see. Oh, maybe we just go the same beat. Let's go. Let's keep it going for Toad Style. Actually, another Toad Style beat that I like to scratch too. So this one's about. Let's go 90. It's about 90 BPMs. Nothing too crazy. A little faster than normal, but everybody should be able to keep up. So again, let's apply this inflection technique to our rudimentary scratches. So to start, again, let's go faderless and let's just do some babies. Same formula. We're going to go 2 bars. I'm going to go 2 bars. You guys are going to answer 2 bars. And again, we'll just focus on our hand control and varying the sound in our voice using our hand, right? Our stroke, right? So just don't worry about the fader for now. And let's go ahead and get into it. Sit first. Still on the fresh sound. We're still using the fresh sound. All right. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Similar concept as low to high, high to low. Here we go. Pretty simple. Just control it. Last time. Okay, now let's chirp. Add the fader in. Again. Last time on that one. Here we go. Note that our hand never leaves the surface of the record when we're exercising this, trying to change the tone. You need your hand on the record to control the stroke. Let's change it up. Chirp. One more time. Here we go. Basically a long and short, where we're chirping. Nice crisp chirps. let's try some stabs now. Same thing. Using the whole range of 12 to 3. 12 to about 230. Not quite 3. You get the idea. Try this one. A little faster paced. Last time. Okay, let's try some tears. Let's go the opposite. Let's go wide to narrow. Again. On them tears. Last time. Wide to low. Okay, let's pick up the frequency. Go narrow to wide. Again. Again. Okay, let's pick it up a little bit. One more time. Okay, let's try scribbles. Keep going. that up a little bit. Still scribbling. Fader twos, my bad. Again. One more time. So you guys all get the idea, right? Again, we could go on, and as you start to exercise some of the more complex scratch techniques, that's where you can really just completely like double, quadruple your entire range, right? Because as you saw, if you're paying attention, being mindful of your visual marker, we're going from 12 o'clock, if your sound's marked at 12, we're varying our distance using that whole range of 12 to about the needle, which is about 230, right? So that's pretty much like a quarter, nearly a quarter of the real estate of one revolution. So again, a lot of room for variation within just that quarter of our clock on our turntable. So something really cool that you guys, I encourage you to employ when you're scratching and just experiment. Again, there's no right or wrong. It's really about applying it to the scratches that that you feel you can exercise best, and just expanding your repertoire as a scratch DJ. Something really cool and fun that I personally picked up on listening to DJs like Joe Cooley, Aladdin, a lot of the guys, Jock D, who else? MC80E, DJ Man from Miami, back in the Miami bass music days in the late 80s. They were really more kind of on the aggressive side, more on the longer stroke, but they would get such like powerful sounds and really nice like changes in their inflection and their voice, their tone by approaching scratching that way, and just always just blew my mind. And so to this day, this many years later, it's something I personally like to use and thought I'd share it with you guys. So hopefully that was helpful. Yeah. So if you guys have any questions about any of that or anything else, by all means, jump in. Take a little sip break right here. True Music Lighting. When is Shortcut going to do a homeroom? That is a good question, and we should have an answer for you soon on that. Short is definitely crew, and we'd love to have him teach something. He's got tons of things, cool things he could share with you guys. Let's see, Tomcat, Wasabi, Joe Artur. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Babs back again. All right. Who else? Who else we got in here? Paulina Adujo, welcome. Today. Okay. Who else we got? Mr. Chalk. What up, Chalk? All right. Lou Grant. What up? What up, Lou? Planet Earth 2149, welcome. All right, seeing cool, some familiar faces and some new ones as well. So thanks everybody for joining us once again. So it looks like yeah, again, that's pretty much straightforward stuff. Nothing too crazy out of the box, but just some cool things to think about when you're scratching. So let's go ahead and close it out with a scratch cool down. And this time we'll just trade off. We'll go 4 bars and 4 bars. So I'll go 4 bars, and you guys answer with any 4 bars you want to. But let's try and keep that that inflection technique in mind when we're running through this last drill right here. Try and keep that in mind and apply that to some of your scratches. All right, here we go.
Jamming on the one. Jamming on the one.
Okay, still using our fresh sound. 4 bars and 4 bars. Here we go.
Junkies sound.
Go. Let's go. All right, good stuff, guys. Cool. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope some of that was helpful. And thank you guys once again for tuning back in. Again, we're going to be doing this, running these for another week. So we'll be posting the schedule probably sometime later tomorrow or top of the week, Monday morning, early in the day on Monday. And again, it's going to be all of us kind of rotating, jumping in the mix. So you're going to get a variety of styles throughout these free lessons. So yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying it and taking advantage of this space. It sucks, but it's kind of cool that we're all at home right now and you know, kind of have the time to kind of really just dive in and just kind of away from all of our ordinary, you know, day-to-day things that we all have to do. It's kind of cool to have more time to kind of, you know, jump in and sharpen our skills together. So again, glad to see you guys all back in the room with us today. Shouts out to all you guys once again for joining us, and of course shout out to my crew, the Beat Junkies. Shout out to everybody at the Beat Junkie Institute of Sound, all of our staff. Big shouts out to Beat Junkies TV. Oh yeah, and we're running a pretty cool special once again right now for an indefinite time. We are offering a year free at Beat Junkies TV when you sign up for a 1-year subscription at our record pool, which is beatjunkies.com. So again, that's join for 1 year at beatjunkies.com, and you get a year free at beatjunkies.tv. So we've got pretty much all the lessons that we teach at our school here, the Beat Junkie Institute of Sound in Glendale. We've compacted those into about 350, maybe more, video lessons. All the techniques, scratching, mixing, juggling, you know, equipment overview, beginner to advanced. We cover the entire scope. So we've got about 350 lessons, video lessons on Beat Junkies TV. You can also check out our Building Better DJs podcast series there, as well as some DJ sets from all of us from the Beat Junkies. So some good value there for anyone that's interested. So be sure and check that out. And yeah, give us a follow. We are the Beat Junkies on Instagram. We are at Beat Junkie iOS on Instagram, and we are beatjunkies.tv on IG as well. Oh, speaking of IG, I'm running a contest right now. I posted a video up yesterday. That's on my page at DJ MELO-D. We're giving away 1 month free of the record pool, beatjunkies.com. So send over a 1-minute routine using any track or tracks by the Neptunes. It could be a juggle, it could be a mix, it could be a quick mix using, you know, multiple tracks, acapella flip, anything. Send something over. Use the hashtags DJ MELO-D and Neptunes Challenge, and the best video will get a month free subscription at beatjunkies.com at our record pool. So again, using those hashtags, send over a 1-minute clip. We'll be checking those out over the weekend and announcing the winner on Monday evening at 7 o'clock. So, all right, thanks again, guys, for joining us, and we'll see you back, I think tomorrow. Don't have the schedule in front of me, but again, if not tomorrow, we'll definitely be back in effect on Monday. So again, shouts out to you guys for jumping in. Y'all be cool, stay safe out there, and take care. Peace, 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 peace.